Okay, what is happening, everybody? How's everybody doing today? Um, on this fine Monday. Hope everybody could hear me okay. I am having some really slow response to the chat with my StreamYard, so I'm going to be going back and forth between the two. But saying howdy, what's up to everybody? Happy Monday. Not a whole bunch of stuff to go through, but I'm going to be going over some stuff today. Nate's going to be here a little bit later, but I'll pull him up in a little bit. He said he wanted to get some last minute flying in, and I had some stuff I wanted to go over before we totally get into it. But as usual, I wanted to do the usual, which is go through and give some shout outs to the people that are here, people that have shown up to hang out with me here on this wonderful Monday. But the first thing I want to do is shout out the members, people who are actually helping support the channel. So we're going to start out with the, at the moment we've got, how many do we have now? Looks like 10. So Mr. Mike SSI was the first to rejoin after I changed things. Mr. Joe Pellegrino was next. Eric Fowler, I haven't seen him in here in a while, but Eric Fowler is a member. Mr. George Watts, who supports a lot of people. Very much appreciated that you're a member of the channel. Mr. Pilot Ryan, who was on with the AMA earlier today. I didn't get a chance to check it out, but I did see that you were on there. But a big shout out to Pilot Ryan for the stuff he's doing. Mr. Jet Tech Don Atkins, thank you for being a, I don't know if you're here today, but thank you for being a supporter. Ghost RC George Pryor, thank you for being there. Mr. GB Linden, I have seen him in here. Thank you very much for your subscription, my friend. Mr. FPV Everything, I hope he's here tonight. I talked to him over chat, but I didn't actually see him in here today, but he's got some cool stuff going on. He's an FPV guy. He flies his planes via FPV with that new DJI FPV setup. Pretty cool. And then our most recent member is Mr. Dexter Tucker. So thank you guys very much for your subscription. And I'm going to try to shout out all the other people that are in here too. So let me go through the chat and see who else is in here. I think the very first person to say something today was Mr. Ethan RC. Haven't seen him in a while. There's John Shaw, who's going to be getting his Griffin shipped out by me this week. Mr. EQRC, Gav Street over there in Florida. What's up? Who else? Paul McNeil, Mr. Shadow Ops. I think he might have already taken off though, because he's hasn't gotten much sleep. Boss 223, what's happening? Already George Watts already called you out very much. Thank you very much for the membership again. Let's see who else. Mr. Jermaine Spencer. He's going under a different name today. Dana's RC. Who else? I think, didn't I see? Oh, there's Michael Statler. JCB 67. GB Linda, who we already called out. Who else? Pete Lane, what's happening? Glad to see you in here. We need to get out and fly together, man. We haven't flown in a long time. We need to come out and fly. The RC Air Marshal, who had a very informative show before. Thank you very much for all the stuff you're sharing with everybody in the community. I'm trying to do the same here with my EDF action. Got some stuff to show you guys today. I had a pretty good weekend of flying. One incident, but it was very easy to remedy, and it was just a brain fart. But anyway, so if you guys are, let's see who else. I think I got it. Michael Wright, so what's happening? Sea Mafia. Who else? Ethan RC already said hi to you. So I think that's it. But as I see people, I will call you guys out. Thank you very much for coming to hang with me on this day. As you can see back behind me over here, I've got my 90mm F15 I was working on, trying to get stuff done. Ernesto Esteria y Familia RC. What's happening? Everybody's good, man. How are you? So let me do my usual, which is, yeah, I know. I see Big Mama's back. Um, so let's do the usual. It's a Monday. So I know people have questions. Everybody has questions. If you wanted to ask a question about anything RC related or anything going on with me, now is the time. I have actual grape juice this time. I'm not drinking adult grape juice, actual grape juice. So cheers to you guys. Dylan Icefelder, what's up? 2ERC, what's happening? Alan Gentry, I didn't tell you howdy. I've been very close to coming out to where you are, but I just can't seem to time things right. So looking for your questions. Anybody got questions? And while I'm waiting for questions, I'm going to go over some stuff that I want to make sure some people understand about what's been going on with the fiery booty situation. Dylan, I'll get to you. How long ago did you place your order, Dylan? I can't remember off the top of my head. But I want people to understand that it's going to take a little bit for orders. Whenever I send out an invoice to you guys, I make sure to put in the notes that there could be a 6 to 8 week lead time. Now, that's not to say it's going to take 6 to 8 weeks every time, but I've had to do that because of USPS getting weird with this whole COVID situation. I think they're starting to get better now because they kept putting up delays. I've had some people that had some pretty big delays, and then the parts that I've been getting have been delayed as well. So, like I had parts that were supposed to have been here. They showed up, but they were the wrong stuff. So I got to send them back. But anyway, the whole point is 6 to 8 weeks. The reason why it takes so long, shipping, and then also because I make every single setup to order. I don't have anything backed up. I have everything made as it's needing to be made. So when somebody orders something for a Rafael, I don't have stuff that I go pick from and put it in a package and send it. I actually go get the parts, put everything together, package it, get the label, ship it. So I'm not a big factory. I don't have a whole bunch of stuff lined up just to go pick and pull from. So it takes a while to get things out. That's why I'm giving myself some time, because I'd like to be able to, I actually have a full-time job. And then on top of that, I like to have some free time to do some things that I want to do. So I usually end up going to fly on the weekends. So if you order, just know that there could be a 6 to 8 week lead time. And please be patient. And especially if you've got multiple orders, if you got like 5 or 6 orders, you've got to be really patient because it takes a long time to get that stuff together. So please read that when I send it. It's like I said, it's just me. My wife helps with a couple things, but she can't build anything. I don't have anybody else that I have entrusted to help me build stuff yet. So I'm trying to go through and build parts. Really, build parts and build things up as I can. So just know that the post office has been getting better. They were really slow, but they're getting better now. And yes, as Mr. George Watts said, I appreciate you saying that, George Watts. I try to tell people that. I said it takes a while, but here I can show you one I just put together right now. Give me a second. I actually go through, build it, make it, put all the parts together, package it up in a way where it doesn't get damaged in shipping, and then I put it in a box and ship it out. So this is for an 80 millimeter. This is for a Rafael. So just so you know, it takes a while if I get backed up, especially. But we're getting to the point where things are going to get back to normal again, which will be usually 2 to 3 weeks. but I'm still going to leave that 6 to 8 weeks just in case, because you never know what could happen. Yeah. So that's one thing. But George Watts, thanks for that, saying they are worth the wait. I try to tell people that they are. It takes a little while to build them. It takes a little while to put them together, but I make sure to put them together the right way. So let's see. Anybody got questions? Dave in Kentucky just got the Moderna vaccine Friday. Yeah, and that's what I've heard. It knocks people down for a couple days. The first dose, and then the second dose might be even worse. So yeah, I was able to go flying on Friday. Not Friday, Saturday. It's crazy windy, but straight down the runway. So I got out there at about. Hey, Dylan, when did you place your order? I can't remember off the top of my head. Just let me know, and then I could give you a better idea. Dylan Icefelder, let me know when you ordered, and then I can tell you pretty much when it's going to be here. Let's see. What's up, Jelonius? So yeah, I went and flew on Saturday. It's kind of a funny story. Not getting any questions, so I'll just get right into it. EQ is there a vocational school close to you? Yeah, there are a couple of vocational schools, but everything's changed with COVID. So I'm going to be able to do it myself once I get things under control. Dexter Tucker, the average time. What I try to do is have different components built ahead of time. So like every little component, there's basically 3 parts to the burners. There's the LED. More than that. I'll just tell you all the parts. There's the LED assembly. There is the adapter, which is 3D printed. There's the controller, and then there is a Y harness that I include as well. And then there's the controller itself. So the controller needs a little circuitry put in there. So that's one part. That takes about 2-3 minutes to do that part. Then I have to build the balance adapter. That takes about 5 minutes. Then there is the actual LED part itself. That takes about 5 minutes to set up itself. And then the wiring for the adapter, that takes about another 5. So what are you saying? You know, like if I have a whole bunch of adapters made up ahead of time, Kenny, what's happening? If I have a whole bunch of adapters made ahead of time, I can have basically 4 setups done an hour. But if I have to do everything, it can take as much as 20-25 minutes to do one. But I try to have different components pre-made so that it won't take me a whole lot of time. So I have to go back and forth between chats because I see that it's slowing down in some places. So Dexter Tucker, to answer your question, if I have everything pre-made like I normally do, it takes between 10 to 15 minutes to do it, depending on the amount of pre-made parts. So you ordered the 17th of, 4 weeks. So it's February 17th. Okay, so it's probably, Dylan, it's probably going to be out. I'll probably ship it by the end of this week, if not next week. Because I'm waiting for some parts to show up this week, hopefully. And then I'll be able to bust out a whole bunch of stuff. Dexter Tucker, every single one of them is tested. And that's part of the reason why there's a little delay right now. I had 5 controllers blow up in my hand. I was testing them for C Mafia, putting them together for him, and each one that I ran up, poof, they burned up. Poof, I mean like 5 of them, one after another, after another, after another. I'm like, crap. So it took a little while to get his out, and then it's thrown me off. But I test every one of them before I even ship them out. If they burn up, I deal with it. You guys don't have to. And then if anything happens to your stuff, no questions asked. Just tell me, hey, something burned up. I'll send you a new piece. That's what I just did for Spencer Keith. I don't know if he's in here right now. But Spencer Keith, he had an issue with one of his adapters. I mean, one of his LED arrays on his F-18. So he just told me what was wrong. I said, okay, I'll send you a new one. Simple as that. So Dylan, yes, they do. Good questions too. Thanks for asking questions. The way that it works with my burners, it's as simple. It's really as simple. They have a Y adapter that goes into your Y's onto your throttle. Yes, C-Mafia, yours are good. They're brand new. They're perfect. They're all tested. Nothing went wrong. So you're all good. There is a Y adapter that goes onto your throttle. It comes in the kit. Y harness. I include these in the kit. You wire that onto your throttle. Then there's a little balance lead adapter that connects to your battery. Once you get to half throttle, at about 55 to 60%, it comes on. So yeah, 55 to 60%, it comes on, and it comes on really dim. And then as you go to full throttle, it'll get brighter. I like to make them simple, so there's no setting or anything. As long as you have your throttle range set correctly on your radio, it'll work perfectly. 50 to 60%. They will come on and start out dim at about half, and then get really bright at full. And they are really bright. These new ones have been really, really bright. Yeah, C-Mafia, let me know if you need any help. So this is kind of funny, and I'm going to put it up. What the hell? Yes, Draco is coming, and I've heard about it. I don't really care for the plane, but if you guys want to see me fly one, you can super chat me, and I'll buy one. But I'm not going to buy one unless I have some way to buy it. And if you guys want to help me out with that, go right on ahead. But I don't plan on buying one unless I'm given a good reason. I know Nate's going to get one, but yeah, I don't plan on it. So yeah, Jermaine, we'll see. I haven't decided whether or not I want to start giving anything out yet for people to help me work on, but we'll see. But yeah, so if you guys want to super chat me or come up with a fund to get me to buy it, I'm down for it. Go right on ahead. But I don't plan on getting that right now just because it's not really my kind of thing. But I'll let that run. And then also in the description, if you guys want, if you want to help out, there's a couple ways you can help out the channel. One is with memberships. The other is through PayPal if you guys decide you want to. I don't require it. I don't really need it. But I appreciate it if you guys do, because that'll just mean I can get more cool stuff to show off with you guys. But in the description, I have my PayPal info, and then you can super chat me if you feel like it. Not required, but if you do, it's cool. Hamilton's Hangar, what's happening? It's not only I like warbirds too. The next warbird that I do want is and I haven't been able to get it because they've been out of stock. It's the FMS P-47. That's the one I want, but I haven't been able to do it because they don't have it in stock. I have my own P-51, and I will eventually get out and fly that again. It's buried in my stuff right now. Let's see. Try to keep up with the chat, and then I'll go over what I wanted to go over real quick, and then we'll get Nate in here. Yeah, I don't pre-order much. I don't think I pre-ordered anything. The only thing I pre-ordered was the FMS Hawk back in the days, and that was totally worth it. What's up, Pilot Ryan? Giving you shout outs earlier. I don't know if you heard it. That's the only one that I pre-ordered. I don't really pre-order anything, mainly because I don't want to be a beta tester. But so yeah, so let me go over what I wanted to go over. And yeah, EQ, you're going to be getting your stuff. Just chill. You'll get it with your shirt. I've got your shirt already. And then all the other people that have giveaway stuff that I haven't sent out yet, you will be getting it. I just have been busy with actual work and a family, and then working on fire rebooties too. So this weekend I was able to go fly after getting some burner stuff sent out to my peoples. And then on Friday, I worked on some planes, which I haven't done in a while. I got my F-18. I don't know if I talked about that, but I have my F-18. I fixed that motor, got everything Loctited and balanced, ready to go. It was perfect. My F-35 was a little buzzy last week when I flew it with the new 80 millimeter fan that I put in there. So I got that balanced, Loctited, and perfect. And then I worked on this bird behind me right here. This is my oldest 90 millimeter bird. This is one of the first 90s I got. Actually, it was the first 90 I got back in 2016. So somebody just sent a PayPal. Frederick Shinky. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for just sent me a PayPal payment. Very much appreciated. Thank you, my friend. I put that PayPal info in the description if you guys want to look. And then, hey, there's Discover RC throwing out just a super chat. Thank you very much. And I will be flying out there with you guys. I have to get my my Dynam planes. I'll throw those in the car one day and come out with you guys just to see what it's like out there. Yeah, Ellen Gentry, it's been raining. It's been hailing here a lot. But anyway, as I was saying, I went flying on Saturday. So on Friday, I worked on those planes. I have a cool new setup for my F-18. I put together it's kind of funky how it worked out. I ended up breaking the rotor on my new Pro 1900 kV 70 millimeter fan. So I had to use what I had. And I had the old V1 fan. So I used that rotor with the new 1900 kV motor. And holy crap, it's badass. I have to get some video of it. But it worked really good. This fastest the plane has ever been. Even faster than it was with the stock Pro 1900 kV. So totally badass. It's the original 90 millimeter, the original 70 millimeter 12 blade fan, which has a lot of pitch, and the 1900 kV motor, which is fatter and higher kV. So that's a lot more torque. Thing rips. I mean, it is crazy fast. So I got that going. Crazy happy about that. It was balanced. I Loctited it. Everything's perfect. There's a reason for me saying all this. Okay, so then I went to the F-35. Did the same thing. I went through and I rebalanced it because it needed to be rebalanced. So I went through and Loctited that after it had been balanced, let it sit. Flew that on Saturday. Perfect. Picked up a little bit of extra speed. Super quiet and super fast. So very happy with that. Now I'm going to spend some time putting the aluminum tape in there to smooth out the ducting a little bit more. And then I went through and changed all the servos in this thing because I had one of the aileron servos went out. And those are the original servos from when I bought the plane in 2016. So I said, I'm not going to just change one or two. I'm going to go through and change them all because they've been through gyros. They've been through all that stuff. So changed them all out, put everything back together, and then said, should I check the fan in this? And I ran it up a little bit. I said, that sounds good. I'll leave it alone. Mistake. Big mistake. Mistake. As Joe Pellegrino just said, same thing happened to me. I'm flying along. The plane hadn't flown for months. Flew perfect. Flew wonderful. Was flying awesome. Probably about just as I was getting ready to set up to land, I was running up. I heard the motor shut off. Made all this noise. I'm like, what is that noise? Exactly what happened to Joe Pellegrino here. I'm going to put it on there. So I haven't touched this fan since 2017, I think. 2017, 2018. Not messed with it at all. So it made this nasty, horrible noise. So I dropped the gear, turned around, and then it made more noise. So I just cut the throttle off, put the gear back up, and landed. Unfortunately, a couple of the gear doors, this gear door and the nose gear door popped off, but I have the spares, so it's no big deal. That's all the damage that there was. But I looked in the plane, and this is exactly what happened to Joe Pellegrino. The spinner came off because it wasn't tight, and it chopped up the blades and messed all that stuff up. So, no good. Moral to the story is, if you haven't messed with a fan in a plane for a while, go through and check it. Even if it sounds good, go through and check it, because the week before, same thing happened with my F-22. I listened that time. I went through and I checked. When I checked, because I heard it making a clicking noise, fan was loose. So I didn't fly it again. Had I flown it, the rotor would have ripped off and destroyed the plane. So this is the new. So let me show you the blades. Let me show you the blades that got chewed up. Hold on a second. Nope. There we go. So was kind of an oddball fan. It's pretty cool though, and it worked really good for years. 13 blade. But as you can see, all these blades got chewed up. It destroyed that spinner and chopped it up into little bits. I probably could have made it down okay, but I didn't want to run it with it making all that noise. It would have torn the plane apart. So I just ditched it in some ground over there. But always go through and check your stuff. If you haven't checked it in a few years, go through and check it. And I haven't checked that for like 4 years. So that came out. Got a new setup I'm going to try out. A new motor that I'm going to try out. I have a friend of mine that's trying one in his plane, and it's worked really well. So I'm going to try it in this airframe, see if it works. It's an FMS rotor and a motor, another 4082 motor that I got. This is 1900 kV. So we're going to try that out. My buddy Brandon has been using it in his F-18, and the thing screams. Now we know the F-15 is a little bit draggier. So you can get a lot of thrust out of the setups you use in the F-15, but the speed will not always be good. However, the speed was really good over the weekend. We had 20, 23. When I was out there, the gusts were up to 23 miles an hour. So it was pretty bad. But the plane didn't care. The plane flew amazing. The plane flew awesome. So it felt good to have it out there and flying again. Let's see what this guy wants to use now. Hangar 51. I am working on it. If you want that, I can do it for your Draco. But Spencer Keith, what's happening, my friend? Let's just talk about you earlier because I have your stuff going out. Air Marshal flipping off, Mr. Kenny as always. And yeah, guys, I'd appreciate it if you did hit likes. I see quite a few up there right now. There's 18 showing. Let's see if I can see a few more. Yes, there's 18. I appreciate it if you would hit the like, because when you get likes, that means that you are put in front of more people. They will suggest you to more people, which is pretty cool. So put that there. It's the fiery booty thing is kind of cool. I actually did sell one to a guy that has a really big turbine helicopter, and he wanted to have them shining there in his exhaust on the helicopter. So yeah, you can do it. Let's see. So what else? So I talked about burners. I talked about that. I think that's pretty much it. But the most important thing I want you guys to realize is that the burners on my end will not always be like instant gratification. It's going to be, sometimes it might take a little time. Everything's handmade. Everything is literally handmade. All the parts have to be put together, and all those parts get put together by me. So if you order something from me and you've got six orders, which I have had at a time, thanks to Spencer Keith, who's like my number one at the moment. If you order like 6 things at once, that takes me a lot of time, and I have to make every single component. So it takes me time. The people who've only ordered one, those go out quick. A lot easier to get those out. But just remember, I'm a person. I'm not a machine. So if I can, on good times, I can make 6 to 8. 6 to 8 a day. That's when I'm not working. If I'm at home during COVID, that's when I was able to do 6 to 8 a day. If I'm working, when I get home, I can do like 4. When I get back from work, it's when the days get longer like this, it gets even better. So just be patient, and you'll get your stuff good. And I always test everything. I always make sure everything's done right. So you don't have to worry about it not working. If it doesn't work, I'll make sure that it will. GB Linden, she probably says that for other reasons too, but you should know about that. So
oh, hi.
There's Mr.
That's funny, GB. That was
Mr. Super Dingus. What's happening, Nate?
Dude, you got to come out here and fly. It's so awesome.
You're so far away now, though.
Yeah, I'm not that far. I'm only
it's over an hour.
Yeah, I'm probably like 50 miles away from you.
How far away was it from your Los Gatos house?
It's 45 miles, so round trip it's like 90-ish miles in 2 hours, and I had to do that 6 times.
Yikes!
To move all this shit. That's all my planes, and there's the F-35 on the fridge.
Sight balls. So all your stuff is going to be where? There?
Yeah. So right over here, down like here on this part of the ceiling, we're going to put the rails like I had in my old room.
Oh, okay.
And then back here on this wall, I'm going to put shelves for other airplanes.
Cool.
So
your mom's actually going to have a place to park?
Yeah, but probably not for like a couple weeks.
Okay.
But yeah. No, this house is nice, dude. This house is nice. I'm so huh?
I'm just looking at what George Watts said. I'll post it up on the screen. That's kind of funny. But yeah.
Ray, you are a machine, let's be honest.
Well, I am. But yeah.
Yeah. No, this house is so nice, dude. I know I'm really far from everything now, but it's so worth it to be out here.
No, and the cool thing is, especially for your mom, is the dogs have so much room now.
Oh my God, they can just roam outside now.
Do whatever they want. And they don't have to be all up under you guys the whole time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's like a doggy door deal. We can't have that open now because of cats.
Mm-hmm.
Yet. We want to give the cats at least 2 weeks before we start letting them run.
How many other are you connected to? There's a house next to you, or what?
Well, there's it's a neighborhood, but it's not like my old house where all the houses are connected.
Yeah,
it's just a neighborhood. But basically, we're in this community. My house backs right up to the golf course, but right down the street is this huge orchard field, and I can pretty much fly anything I want out there.
Cool.
I've been flying. I just flew the P-51, which that thing's fun out here. It's like a nice mountain background. Mike was here Saturday. We flew a bunch. But yeah, I can fly pretty much everything. There's some things I'm still not going to fly, but like, small stuff. And I was flying the A4, the MiG-21. The MiG-21 is super fun out here.
Cool.
But yeah, I flew the Focke-Wulf on Friday, but the Focke-Wulf needs a facelift. I needed to get a new motor for it, so it's not really flying right now.
Cool.
But, yeah, I'm worn out, but
you should be. I mean, that moving's hard.
I mean, 16. I mean, like, there's still some stuff like here, but like 16 years of stuff.
Yeah.
And you know how small our old house was. There was a moving truck that came. huge truck was filled to the brim. And from a 1,400 square foot house, we filled a moving truck. So yeah, it was a lot. And I mean, I did the least amount of work, and I'm still wild.
No, that doesn't surprise me.
But dude,
yeah,
having this area to fly is so nice. Oh my god, my sunglass tan is terrible.
yeah. I was gonna say you guys have been out. How was it with Mike out there? What did he bring?
Oh, he brought his TA-152, his POS Dynam Shipbox 109.
That thing looks like it flew pretty good, other than the dang canopy always launching off.
It's okay. I mean, it's the quality of it's absolutely horrendous. He let me fly it. It's okay. It's fun. He got it for free, so he shouldn't complain. But it's all right.
You just have to add nose weight to him, and they fly.
No, I know.
Better.
He was flying it with a 3300 all the way forward, and it was the CG was great. Yeah. But yeah, and then he brought his little P-47. He brought his Avistar, which he put a 10 channel in there, but he forgot to secure the antennas on the diversity, and they were both going the same low. And he's coming around, and he goes into like a shallow dive, and it cuts out. And I swear, it got control back, but he was so low when he pulled out. I swear his tail hit the ground. It was that close to being in complete catastrophe. He got lucky as crap.
Whoops. I know many people like Dynam. Dynam is a great company. Their planes fly amazing. The problem is their build quality is not that good. Quality is not that good at all. So
I do want the Stearman. I feel like that'd be a fun one. That one doesn't look terrible. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see. Maybe one of these weekends I'll go out and we'll do some flying out there, and then I'll set up a live stream.
Oh, dude, you have to. It's perfect too, because like I'm using the street to take off and land, but right there's like no houses on that part, and it's like uphill, and the wind in like the spring and summertime is always coming out of the west, and so it's perfect. You're landing uphill with a direct headwind. If you land at the bottom of the hill, just let it roll out and it slows right down.
Are people going to freak out about people flying?
Dude, everybody, I've literally, since our house is backed up to the golf course, literally everybody loves it. Everybody, dude, you know, the Bay Area is great, but people are so uptight down there. Everybody here laid back. Nobody gives a damn.
Okay, that's cool.
Everybody, I mean, like all the neighbors, they came out there. They were very welcoming, and everybody loved it. And you know, and I've had dudes playing golf, and they like had to stop their golf session to like watch me fly. Everybody loves it. And there's like a guy that lives down the road. He like was getting out of the hobby, and he's like, "Hey, I got some planes still." And I went into his house. And he's got like the old Freewing ME-262 and stuff. So people are chill. People love it. So
cool.
And I like, you know, ex-pilots live here. Like there was a guy that was a Pan Am captain, and he came out and said hi. You know, everybody's cool. So nobody. Nobody's complained yet, which, I mean, I walked into it slowly. Like I was just flying small stuff and, you know, and I'm not flying loud stuff. Nothing's loud. Like I'm flying that P-51, which is big, but it doesn't make noise.
Yeah.
And I'm mainly flying the A4, which the A4 doesn't make any noise, but again, nobody cares.
Okay. Cool.
And this field's huge. So I'm not going over houses. So it's like,
so that's the most important part. People freak out about you going over the house. If you're not,
they don't care. Everybody loves it.
Even better. So
what's cool too is the neighbors that there's right where my house is. There's like a cul-de-sac right across the road, and the field the field is in their backyards pretty much. So I don't go over their house, but they come out and they say, "Oh, it's so awesome when I do a pass," and I zoom by their backyard. They're like, "That's so cool."
Cool. George Watts. So I guess he's probably a little over 50 miles away now.
Yeah.
So what is that? A little under an hour, maybe about an hour to get there.
Yeah, it's about 45 minutes to get to my house, and it's probably about another 20 from your house, my old house. Yeah, it's about an hour.
Yeah, but I was also not going straight out to get to you, so it's probably.
So yeah, I'm not gonna have burner DoorDash. Well, I mean, I have a license now, so I can just come pick them up.
Yeah, you want to come pick them up? Hey, fine. That's no big deal.
No, I'm not gonna.
So Ken Sprouse, what's he asking about?
I'm a 16-year-old kid with a driver's license. I'm looking for any excuse to drive.
Ken Sprouse, I can make a burner for whatever you want me to make a burner for. I don't know anything about the Draco yet. I saw the pictures in the video. I saw the video where he had the plane behind him. I'm like, wait a minute, what the heck? That looks like a small model. What's he doing? I don't know if he did that on purpose or what, but. So if you guys, I make burners for pretty much anything. I still have to figure out the Warbird stacks. Got to figure that out. So let's see. What's everybody else talking about? The Dynam 110 is a weird plane. I've flown a couple of them. They have these really weird props. There's such low pitch. So the plane has lots of, thrust, but it barely moves. So it's a weird plane. And unless you can figure out a way to switch them around to where they counter rotate, it's going to be kind of weird because it's going to have all that torque going off to one side. And when they take off, they tend to do this weird little pull to one side deal.
I hadn't flown the P-51 since the summer. Like I was like, oh, let me fly it,
Been that long?
Yeah, I literally hadn't flown it since the summer. And I took off, and the Focke-Wulf, that thing's not crazy on torque, but man, the Mustang, you're like full right rudder on takeoff. It's insane. Dude, honestly, now that I flew the Mustang after getting the Focke-Wulf, the Focke-Wulf's built really, really well with the plastic, but man, the P-51 in the air, so much better. I mean, they're about the same, but the P-51 is so much faster, and it's so much. I mean, it's not much more stable, but it's definitely more stable. And if you know how to land, the P-51's easier to land. That's if you know how to land, people.
Yes. You would have been very proud of my landings all weekend.
Yeah, it's probably because I wasn't there.
Other than the one that was ditched in the dirt. But.
Yeah. So I had to order a new motor for the Focke-Wulf, which kind of sucked. I don't know what happened. It was just weird. I don't know. Yeah, when I flew it last at the field, I mentioned that it was making a funny noise. And Keon, because they have those big old ferrite cords or beads on the motor leads, and Keon's like, dude, it's probably your ferrite bead hitting that cooling fan. I'm like, no, that thing, I secured it. I'm like, no. And then I flew it out here, and it was just getting louder and louder. I'm like, oh yeah. And then the motor was like clicking, probably loose magnets or something. But
also, hey guys, I just remembered that too. Hamilton just brought that up. Spencer Keith was out flying his Rafale. He's already gotten his. So they're shipping Rafales. I already make burners for Rafales. So if you guys have a Rafale coming and you want a burner, let me know. Spencer Keith is getting one. But I think Hamilton, I don't know if you ordered one.
He did.
I don't know if you ordered. Yeah, you did. And I already sent you the burner for it. But yeah, that stuff's shipping. So get it while you can, y'all. If you know people with links, use their links to get them.
Yeah, I don't think I'll jump on the Draco right away, but I do want one. And it's funny. GB was messing with me in Dave stream, but when I met Mike Patey in Reno, it was a day before he crashed it, and GB's like, "Oh, dude, it's your fault." I'm like, he's messing with me. I do want one. Mike Patey's a super cool guy. He was, he was nice. And then, a day later, fucking crashed the thing.
Yeah. No, the cool thing is he admitted it was his fault.
Yeah. A lot of people don't do that.
Most people don't.
Mike, I lost signal. # Mike.
Yeah. So, the Rafale, it's an FMS plane that's sold by Horizon. If and when I do get one, big if, it's going to be through Hobby Zone, because I like supporting the little hobby shops. Horizon will get their money, but I will order through those guys because they're an actual small hobby shop, local hobby shop. And I want to make sure to support them, and then I'll buy it through one of the links.
I want to get the Rafale too. I want to see it fly first, because if it like blows the Griffin out of the park, I'll buy that and get rid of the Griffin, because I don't want to own both of them because they're way too similar. I'd rather pick. And if the Rafale doesn't, if the Rafale's like, you know, if it's similar, then I'll just not get it. But if it like blows it away, I'll get that, rip the guts out of the Griffin, put them in.
I don't think it will. I think they're going to be really similar. If
Well,
anything, I think.
Yeah.
The
Although
Griffin
I bet you that Rafale will probably fly better without needing a gyro, because the Griffin was one of those planes where it's like it desperately needed a gyro.
Yeah.
And once I put one in, it made it insanely better. But it was like, you know.
So this is funny, guys. I don't know if you could see on the video of my F-35, that nose wheel is like oblong. It's so funny. The plane does this when it's going down the runway. So Nate helped me with that F-104, and I had some new gear for the F-104, so the stock ones came out. I know this wheel's going to be too small, but these are the right size. So these don't do that weird bounce thing. So I'm going to change them out to this.
Dude, I only own fridge now. Oh, yeah. Since it is on a golf course, my mom bought the golf cart. I got my own fridge, my toolbox. I just got to get – oh, yeah, you haven't seen that in a while. That's a hidden gem that nobody knows about.
What? Show it again.
That ugly stick?
Oh, yeah.
That's a hidden gem. Nobody's ever seen that. I flew actually a couple days back out here. I got to fix one of the wheels. For some reason, one of the wheels is being dinky. I got one to be perfect, but the other one is being dumb.
Okay. Oh, yeah. So see, my pilot Ryan's getting his too.
That ugly stick is probably like 3 decades old.
Those things fly amazing, though.
Oh, I know. It flies great.
Let's see who else is here. So, ouch! What the hell was that?
I figured that hurt your ear.
I hear. Huh?
I should go fly the night timber. I don't want to drag my laptop out there, though. That's the problem.
Does it have to be plugged in?
No, I don't want to fly and have my freaking laptop sitting on the ground.
Yeah. Yeah. Saturday we had it was cold. I think that was California cold. I won't say cold with you guys here from the Midwest where it's actually really cold. Midwest and East Coast where it's actually cold, but it was cold by our standards.
California cold.
The wind, with wind chill, it was like 42, so it was pretty cold. But
like 42. That's a good day.
Yeah, I know that's a good day for most people. So I'm just complaining for no reason. It had been 75 a couple days before, so it's different. Anyway, but the wind was mostly down the runway, so it was pretty cool. We were able to get. I was able to. It was just me, nobody else. One or two other people at the same time. One person, not two, just one person at the same time. Bonnie showed up late in the day. Another guy showed up early in the day and left with a V1200. No, Bonnie did good. He brought a little turbo timber, UMX turbo timber, and was buzzing around. Angelo came by because he bought a new car.
Yeah.
So
saw that.
Came by. He got a new Chevy Volt.
Chevy Volt.
He was all happy about that. He bought it from Bonnie, and then Bonnie came right out to the field right after he sold it to him.
Well, good thing his damn Camry was running on fumes.
Yeah. So, and then he'll be able to go back and forth to work with no gas, which is kind of cool. Run electric the whole way.
Nasal spray vaccine.
I see a whole bunch of people who got the vaccine. That's cool to see. Call me weird, but I'm gonna wait it out a little bit and see what happens.
I have no reason to get it right now.
Yeah, I'm not.
I'm not getting it.
I'm just gonna wait it out.
And it's like I'm not doing anything that I need it for. It's like I'm good.
Yeah, Ethan RC, it was actually 50 something here today too.
Dude, it was terrible all day. Like down here in Hollister, we're in it's a lot of mountains, so the wind will pick up sometimes. It was blowing like close to 30 all day.
It was doing that here too.
And then it started raining later in the day, and then the rain died. And as soon as the sun set, that's when I sent you the picture of the Mustang. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
I only flew once today. I got one flight on the P-51. And
what I was trying to do today, and it's probably better that I didn't, was trying to get this balanced. Because now that the days are longer, I can have my car packed up, and right after work, just head out to Livermore. Not Livermore. Head out to Half Moon Bay to fly. So I'm gonna, right after the stream, gonna work on this. We're not gonna go forever tonight. I'm gonna work on the finish working on the F-15. I had to make the burner. Just got to get some balancing done. I'll worry about the nose gear door another day. But yeah, it'll be cool. So yeah, dude, if you were gonna fly it, that's a long ways for you. If you had to come out to
Livermore,
not Livermore, the other one.
Oh, Half Moon Bay. Yeah, hell no, I'm not going there again.
I'm only gonna go there after work a couple times.
I know go that far.
It's a long ass ways. Hey Hamilton, I'm gonna message you later, or I might even message you now. I had something I wanted to ask you, but I'll do that through that.
Yeah, talk about my tan lines. Jesus Christ, I get tan I get tan out here when it's 30 degrees. I don't understand. I'm naturally brown.
Yeah, hey Micah, I work at a facility that's been doing research on the virus, so I've kind of got firsthand information. I also get tested once a week, so if anything actually goes wrong, I'll know. But actually, the original SARS virus, because this is a SARS type virus, we were the ones who came up with ways to make it better. So they already had info. Basically, as soon as they heard that this virus was an issue, my place where I work's been working on it. And then we actually came up with some new stuff for battery technology, which is pretty cool. Which we've been working on for years now, but there's directly related to where I work, they found some new cool things about batteries that will directly impact our hobby and cell phones and computers and all things that use lithium batteries. So it's going to be cool. Paul McNeil, I don't grill at this airfield. They do, though. They have grills there.
Yeah, but apparently it's not safe nowadays.
Yeah, so they can't do that now.
That's BS.
So, but we'll see. So lots of stuff is reopening. They can do school sports again here.
I know.
A lot more things. So things are slowly starting to open up. I'm waiting to see if there's a little bit of a surge. If there isn't, then we're probably on the way out. It's been a year.
It's kind of funny. My school, right after spring break, they're talking about doing like a hybrid deal. And I was kind of pumped to go back, and no, I can't go back. So I had to be one of those kids that said, oh, yeah, I'll stay online. Because I'm not going to switch schools mid-year. I'm just going to finish my sophomore year at Los Gatos online from here, and then I'll just, go to new school next year.
Paul McNeil, I will probably grill here at my house.
See you, boss.
Tomorrow or Wednesday, because I bought some chicken to do some grilling, and I got new parts for my grill, so I'm real happy. I got a
nice
ash collector, so it's all stainless steel now instead of that little thin metal that they make, so it's gonna work good.
We just got a crazy fire pit that we put outside, so we can make s'mores and shit out there. And there's
Did you and your sister already do that? I thought I saw pictures of that.
Yeah, freaking gained 20 pounds.
So, are you going to be flying this weekend, or are you going to be at home?
I can fly this weekend. See, that's the problem. If I want to go flying in Livermore, I got to cut the flying during the week so I don't go flying on Saturday. I'd be like, I've already done this too much this week.
Yeah.
That's okay. I don't mind. Well, I want to fly the. Well, what do you mean? Well, I want to fly. You know what's funny is in my little room, it looked like I had a lot of planes. I mean, I have a lot of planes, but in here, how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I have 18 in this garage right now, and then I've got the A6, big old 228. I got like 20 planes. 21. 21.
21.
21? Yeah, I got 21 planes. Yeah. My motor for my... I finally got another motor for the A10, so I'm going to get that back in the air.
I haven't flown that thing in a while.
Last time I flew was on the motor quit, which is like in August.
Yeah, hey, Alan Gentry. I love where I live right now because we can get to Monterey so easily. Monterey is probably about 55 minutes away, maybe a little bit longer.
There you go. If you ever come down to the coast, just stop by.
Yeah. Monterey, we love it there. That's like my second home. Then we've got another beach, which is another access to the ocean, which is over to Half Moon Bay.
How close do you live to Moffett?
Me?
Yeah.
It'd take me about 10 minutes to drive there.
Dude, I could just land the plane at Moffett and Uber to your house for burner pickups.
But I think you have to get prior clearance to land there.
Dude, it's a what is it? It's a Class Delta airport, right? You just land there like normal airport.
Check. Because they're doing something over there as of late.
Well, yeah, that's different, but like, it's
No. I'm serious. I was talking to pilots about it. Check and see, because you might have to get clearance to get in there.
Well,
like you have to file a flight plan and get prior approval.
Yeah, you call NorCal Approach, you request flight following, and you ask if you can go into Moffett, and they tell you no, then no.
There you go. That's it. That's what I'm saying.
If you want to go through the Bay Area, you got to, you're going to enter Class C airspace. You got to talk to ATC. It's not like you're just going to go in unannounced.
You got to ask them,
buddy.
Because the what was it? The V-22 that came through, he didn't get prior approval, so he couldn't come in.
He's military, so that's probably his own problem.
But it's the same for all of them, pretty much. He didn't check.
Military people have it way different, buddy. Just trust me.
He didn't check.
The military, when it comes to, things, the military has it way different.
Yeah.
Why do you think there's MOAs? Why do you think there's restrictions?
Just check, because they're always doing stuff.
Down in Lemoore, dude. Lemoore is like the hot section for MOAs.
Do not. They'll escort you down.
You can go in an MOA. It's completely legal. The thing is if you go into an MOA and you get jumped by an F-16, you better make a 180 and get the hell out of it.
Turn around.
Because restricted MOA and a restricted is two different things. You can go in an MOA, but again, if you get jumped by an F-16, you just get the hell out of there.
So now that you've moved out of the area, maybe you'll get F-35s there.
Well, yeah, if things come from the coast, they'll actually pass me first.
Because they phased out the F-18s at Lemoore.
Well, I swear I heard something going by. It was loud.
Probably did. It didn't come by here though.
And I looked at flight radar, and it wasn't on flight radar, and it sounded like a fighter.
Probably was. The F-35s are going to be coming out a lot more because that's the new plane for that area now. So let's see what else y'all want to talk about. I haven't been keeping up with the chat. I need to go back and look. People talk about power boxes and S-Bus.
S-Bus.
What's up, Mickey BRC? How you doing? Another one of those guys with the foamy that's going to put freaking turbines in it. Crazy guy. I can't believe people putting turbines.
I don't see a point personally, but it's cool, but it's like.
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys saw this. See if it'll adjust.
Oh yeah, everybody's seen that.
So I saw it in the video. I was like, look at that. What the hell is that behind him? What the heck? That's a Draco. It's huge.
It's a big old plane.
Yeah.
Yeah, one guy was messaging me on Instagram. He's like, what's a Draco? I looked it up, and it's like
It doesn't exist. It's not, and it's just the name of the plane.
Well, that's what I told him. And he's like, well, how come there's no videos on it on YouTube as of recent? I'm like, dude,
It hasn't come out yet.
no, he crashed the thing, you fool.
Well, not the RC plane hasn't come out, but he killed it. It was just a Wilga, and there are a few Wilgas out, but it was a highly modified Wilga.
Yeah, and you know what's funny is Mike Patey, after that, like a year later, he posted on YouTube about something, how he was like delivering a Wilga for somebody, and the engine quit, and when he was flying, and he had no idea what happened, so he just glided down and landed at an airport or something. And he looked at the engine, he's like, it's completely fine. And then he noticed the mixture cable broke. So
that's right, yeah.
The engine like leaned itself out, and then all of a sudden, boom, dead.
Yeah. He did a video of him doing his special mixture cable of some kind.
Yeah.
Throttle.
Well, you know what's funny is at high altitude, when you actually lean the engine out, it's deceiving because then your RPM will actually start going up, and then it shoots down.
Same thing as an RC plane. They do the same thing.
Well, that's how you kill the engine. Lean out.
Let me guys.
Yeah.
Fred Bear and I have family in Monterey, so we in the Monterey area, seaside mainly. So we'd go there all the time. So it's like my second home for the longest. My grandmother was out there. My aunts and uncles were there. I just had an uncle die that was out there. He was stationed at Fort Ord. He was one of the drill sergeants at Fort Ord when it was back in I think in the 70s was when he quit though.
Sarge.
One of the coolest guys you could meet. You would not someone you'd expect to be a drill sergeant, but my sister and my brother-in-law were stationed at Fort Ord before it got shut down, and then I had a couple uncles that were stationed there and retired from there.
Dude, we have an attic in this house. Dude, I really want to like freaking deck it out and like put like a computer setup up there so I can do my streams up in the attic. That'd be sick.
You guys got a whole bunch of this is like a huge step up for you guys because it's so much more.
Yeah, you know, I mean, the actual house itself, we only gained we went from 1,400 to 2,100 square feet. But
that's a pretty big jump.
Oh, it's a big jump. I mean, the house isn't like tremendously bigger. It's just we have the garage, we have an attic, we have an actual backyard.
I have living space.
Yeah, and the best thing is hands down, the best thing is everybody is so welcoming. Like when we came here initially, when we bought the place, like people were coming from like blocks away. They're like, "Oh, welcome to the neighborhood." They were like, you know, everybody's super cool here.
Cool.
But like in terms of like fucks given here is way less than up in the Bay Area.
Of course, because they're less tense. It's just and everybody waves at you and says hi. And
yeah, everybody's like everybody waves around here. Even the young people wave.
That's the difference between the Bay.
Like teenagers in the neighborhood. Like you know how it is. Like you know sometimes teens we have that thing between us that we don't wave at each other. Everybody waves. Everybody waves. Nobody waved at me when I lived in my old house. They all look at me like I'm crazy.
Fred Barron, the only reason why I say that is because if you met my uncle, you wouldn't see him as a drill sergeant. He doesn't have the demeanor of someone that you'd think being a drill sergeant. I know other people that are drill sergeants, and I'm like, yeah, I could see you being one. But not my uncle. He was nowhere near that. He didn't have a demeanor. He was one of the nicest people you ever met with the heavy Georgia accent.
I don't know why you wouldn't be a drill sergeant, but I could see it in you.
No, I was not a military guy. Although I don't know if I told you. It tripped me out. Remember, you already know. You know who this person is. You know Willie Turner because you went to the Hiller Aviation Museum camps all the time. But he's the guy who runs that airport or runs the Hiller Aviation Museum.
Yeah, I know the name. I'm just trying to think of the dude.
Yeah, his son is 23, and guess what he's doing?
What?
Flying F-15s. At 23, he just got stationed to Klamath The same place that the arrows F-15 that they're not. He's not flying that plane. He's not flying that plane, but he's at that base.
Oregon.
Yeah, in Oregon at Klamath.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Hamilton. I've lived in small towns too. Trust me, I know. I lived in Newman, California, for a couple of years.
Yeah, one guy that owns a Stearman Airport. His son, I don't know where he's stationed, but he's flying F-16s. Which,
yeah, but just think, I mean, 23 and flying an F-15. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I plan to be flying some cool stuff by then. Hopefully, what I want to do, give him private, give him a tail wheel, be a tow pilot. I want to, get in, California Warbird Museum in Hollister, they have the T6 and the Mustang.
Mm-hmm.
I know all those guys that fly those things. So I can get Qs, and by the time I'm like 20, I can get checked out in the T6, get 100 hours, and fly the P-51. That'd be sick.
I'm sure you will. I saw a whole bunch of T6s this weekend. I saw one here when I was at home. One flew over. Actually, that was Friday. One flew by. I think it must have come out of Palo Alto. And then it was right before sundown. And then it was coming back on the way back. You can always tell a T6 by the way they sound.
What did it look like?
I couldn't see it. Its colors. Now, on Saturday, and it was actually a cool day for planes. At Livermore, there was a T6, the red and yellow one, yellow and red.
I know that guy. That was the guy we did the photo mission with on my 11th birthday. I don't know the name, but I know what plane you're talking about.
Yeah, there's that one, and then that Thunder Mustang came blazing over. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, but dude, I mean, I could probably be flying the P-51.
Now, there was a cool plane that didn't actually come to me, but I watched it. I tracked it. The E6, you know what that is?
Yeah.
The E6. It came and did a touch and go at
Moffett.
2 touch and goes. No, not at Moffett. At SJC.
That's weird.
And it had been flying for 11 hours. It was just flying all over everywhere. And it came by, flew up the coast, flew over where you used to live, and then did 2 touch and goes. I could hear it, but I couldn't see it. It did 2 touch and goes at SJC, then went back to Travis. But it had been flying for 11 hours and 48 minutes when it landed.
Sounds about right. Dude, though, that would be so awesome if I could, because I am gonna get my tail wheel, be a tow pilot, because that's the way to build tail wheel time and time in general, because you're getting paid to freaking build time, and it's tail wheel time. So, and then California Warbirds, they require 100 hours in the T6 minimum to even start your Mustang checkout. Unfortunately, they're going to have to – I don't know if they have a new guy to do it, but the guy who did Mustang checkouts, he passed away.
Who was it?
His name was Ellsworth Getchell. You probably never heard the name before. But he was an interesting guy. His jeans were taped together. His car was duct taped together. Weirdest guy you'll ever meet, but he could fly anything. You stick him in any plane, he could fly it. That's
like a guy that we used to see in where I used to live in the Napa Valley, up above and in the hills. I'll just tell a real quick story. It was funny. You know what a mall is? I know you know what a mall is.
Yeah,
you know the malls that have the big 6 cylinders in them, the ones that are like crazy stalled out. All of them.
I think that's the one that had that crashed or like nosed over. I think because it was loud. It had power.
Yeah, so then that had to have been a 6 cylinder because they have 4 or 6. All of them are crazy good flying planes, but the ones with 6 cylinders can take off in really short. They're really high performance planes. Well, it was funny. We used to walk past that place, and I always paid attention to the planes. So there was I don't know if I have a picture of it. There was a mall there, and it was beautiful. It was gorgeous, brand new, huge honking motor, huge prop. He had a 3-blade prop. He had those big old wheels on it, and every time it started up, I'd go look because I could see it fly because we lived right next to the airport. But we were up there walking one day, and we see this old Peugeot, an old car. It's a 2CV, an old 2CV. I don't even know how he made it up the hill because we lived in the hills. That thing barely moved. Came tinkering up there, and this little old guy got out with a cane hobbling around, and then he goes over, grabs the tail of the plane, and pushes. I'm like, oh shit, is that dude's plane? This old guy, and he had a cane, so I'm like, how is he able to push the plane? So
Oh, dude, you'd be surprised.
he
I've
pushed
seen
it.
it. I've seen it at events with like World War II vets.
Yeah.
Like at Chino, there was a World War II vet that flew. What was it, B-25s? And
Mhm.
his family was with him. He could barely walk. But then he's like, "Oh, you want? They're like, you want to go on the plane?"
It jumps up.
He was a kid again. He jumped right in the thing.
Yeah. So he put his cane on his little belt loop and grabbed the tail of the plane and backed it out and turned it around and went through all his stuff and went through and checked all the things. He parked his car off to the side where his plane was. And this is a badass plane. I mean, this is like Draco type plane. It was really cool. It had the huge Tundra
What-
type on it.
what-
No, I'm serious. The colors, everything was awesome. The three blade, the 3-blade prop that they use on those.
Yeah,
those
the
planes.
really the composite constant speed.
Yes, it was that. And I'm like, this is this guy's plane? What the hell? So he's going through. He's got a big old beard. He's smoking on a pipe. He's going around checking everything. Checks his fuel with the pipe in his hand. He checks his fuel with the pipe in his hand. Anyway, goes around, checks everything, and I'm just standing there watching. I'm not even doing the walk because I want to see this thing go. So he does his little hobbles. He's got a big old beard and the pipe hanging out, fuel in his hand with the pipe. It's just funny. Anyway, goes through, checks everything. He actually turns the motor over a couple times with his hand. I don't know what the point in doing that was, but he did that a couple times.
Well, that's a better way to prime it.
He was looking for something, or maybe he was priming. I don't know, but he did it by hand.
Some of those planes, they alleviate like unnecessary things for like weight. Like they'll get rid of primers. Some will get rid of like batteries and starters. Like there was this one guy, that he's a bush pilot. He'll like leave his plane running because he doesn't have a starter. He always hand props it. It's to save weight. Save weight.
So he maybe that's what it was, but he went through and he turned it over a couple times, and then he
one flip for each cylinder. One flip for each cylinder. That's what they do on radials. There's one turn for each cylinder. Yeah.
Because he didn't. I think he only did it like maybe he did do it 6. I don't know. Anyway, so he goes back. He takes his cane, puts it in his car, and hobbles back, and then hops in the plane because he has it right at the end of the runway. I have to look up the runway and show you what I'm talking about. It's up in Angwin, California, up above Calistoga, and gets in, starts the plane. The thing's loud. It's a 6-cylinder, and it's got that
probably a light.
I think it might have even been a 520. I don't know. It was huge. But it was all engine. The whole thing.
Oh yeah, dude. There was
nothing but noise.
There was a guy at the airport with a Comanche, and he put a 540 in it.
Yeah,
ridiculous.
Stupid. It's just like, so he starts it, and he's running it up, doing the whole magneto check and all that stuff because he pulled it right there. And then so then he gets everything. You can turn the lights on by clicking the radio. So you turn the lights on because it was just before sunset. He rolls up, sits there for a little bit. I didn't hear anything on the radio because it was too loud. And then you hear, and within like, I don't know, 150 feet straight up. I mean, it was like 45-degree climb.
Yeah, there was a guy at the airport with
2,000 feet, and he went and just went straight.
Yeah.
And my wife was like, "Oh my God, that old guy's flying," because he could. That was Julie, and she's like, "Oh my God, that old guy's flying. He could barely walk." And I said, "Obviously, he knows what he's doing."
Well, that's this guy with this Getchell guy. Dude, every time he flew the Mustang, he would do the coolest thing on takeoff. This guy, he's like this guy named Ernie with Stearman's. Like Ernie with Stearman's, he could build a Stearman's, I suppose. This Getchell guy, he had the sight picture memorized as how low he could get before he hit the prop on the ground. So what he would do, he would take off. As soon as the wheel's off the ground, he'd suck the gear up, and as soon as the gear up, he'd get lower than the plane would sit with the gear down. The prop is that close, and he'd zoom the thing straight up.
So is this the guy that was okay? When we went to,
I can show you a picture of him.
When we went to Half Moon Bay one year, there was this guy that was so old he could barely get in the plane. Somebody had to help him get in the plane.
How long ago was this?
This was like 2017, 2008.
Let me show you a picture of him.
This old guy, the guy could barely even walk.
This is the guy who owned the Sea Fury.
Okay.
Because
he could barely walk, but he flew the crap out of that plane.
Let me find the picture of him. Let's see if he looks familiar.
He couldn't even lift. They had to basically lift him into the plane because he couldn't get his legs over. Yeah, Paul McLean.
To you? That's Getchell.
I think that's him. Yeah, that's him.
That's
he could barely walk.
He was the Sea Fury.
Yeah, but he was flying a P-51.
He was the guy who did the Mustang checkouts.
At Dream Machines. He was flying as Dream Machines.
Yeah, that's Getchell. He's dead now.
He's dead now, but I mean, he could barely walk.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming by, George Watts. We're probably going to be ending here in a few minutes because I got to get this fan balanced before tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because I want to fly after work. But yeah, so I mean, cool to see all these guys that are older still wanting to fly.
Oh yeah.
It's funny to see when I went to. It sucks that we won't be able to see the B-17s or that stuff anymore. But one year I was there, I met an older guy who had been a crewman in one of the B-17s, and he was just ecstatic to see it. And he got a ride in it, and he was just like a kid again. He was in his 90s. This was years ago.
Yeah, that's literally was this guy Chino. He had his family, and they're like, "Oh, let's help him in." He got off the wheelchair and he climbed in the thing. No help. Like a 95-year-old dude, World War II vet.
Yep.
Didn't give a damn.
Just hopped right in.
He was back at home in his plane.
So it was cool. And then this weekend, I actually met a guy who was stationed at Moffett back when they were open, when they were operational.
Actually a thing?
Yeah, it's funny too because I was at my storage unit loading up to go on Saturday, and this guy's like, "Oh my God, that's the coolest thing ever!" They run over and start talking to me, and he was one of the guys that was stationed at Moffett when it was okay. At the 129th, he was one of the 129th guys. And he said, "Yeah, we had F-16s over there at Moffett. It was kind of cool." Oh, I gotta get that to him. So, once Nick gets back, we're probably gonna get going. Does anybody have any other questions? Anything else that they want to ask? And those of you that don't know, that haven't taken a look at my website, take a look. I'm going to be adding some stuff to it. The wife and I are working on some frequently asked questions so that people will be able to get answers to questions right away instead of having to get a hold of me. They'll be able to. I want you to be able to get a hold of me, but I also want you guys to be able to have questions answered before you have to click that contact form. Actually, let me pull that up and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So
we're gonna look at this. I can't remember Moffitt's Class C or Class B off the top of my head. I'm gonna look at the good old section. You're a full-scale pilot. You know what this is.
While you're doing that, I'm going to share the screen and show the website.
I want to see. Okay, so here we go. No, yeah, Moffitt's Class B. What's funny is my instructor always teaches if you're looking for Hollister on the sectional, can you see it? Where is it? Just look for the duck. You see the duck there? You see the duck face right there?
Yep.
That's Hollister.
The nose of the duck.
You always look
for the face and the beak.
If you're going to Hollister, you just look for the duck.
All right, it's going to look weird here for a second, guys, but I'm going to show you the website real quick. So there's the contact button's going to be there at the top. Click that, and it takes you right down to my contact info. But we're going to have another couple buttons up here that show how to the frequently asked questions and stuff like that. But site's pretty straightforward and pretty easy to navigate. That's another thing too. I wanted you guys to me to do that. We're gonna go back. Anyway, there's that. So that's pretty cool about that.
This is just the Bay Area. This map is insane. I mean, it's not a map; it's a chart. But yeah, so Moffat's Class D up until about just below 2,500 feet. So.
What's that, Mad Dog? Oh, Airvex is asking a question. Okay, I think you asked that earlier and I might have missed it, but I put it up there so we can see. I've got the power system from a 70mm Rebel. Do you think it will fit in the 64 F-18, F-22? I don't think there's a benefit to it. I wouldn't do it. They have, which fans do you have in the Freewing F-18 or the F-22? Do you already have the 12 blades that come with it? Because those 12 blades that come with it are really good. And Tughill, thanks for coming by and have a good night, my friend.
So wait, where did you say this guy was? That the old guy in the mall, he was near Calistoga?
Okay, so Calistoga used to have a glider port. There's an airport in a place, the name of the city is Angwin.
Angwin. Is that up north?
You know where Calistoga is?
Yeah.
St. Helena, Calistoga. It's in that area.
Oh yeah, it's up north.
Yeah.
It might not be on this sectional. It might be.
It should be.
Wait, is it right here?
Should be. It's really small.
No, this is Petaluma. It's past Petaluma, right?
It's east of Petaluma.
Oh, okay. Rio Vista. Hold on.
No, not that far. You know where? Look for Calistoga and Napa.
Yeah, I know where Napa is. It's right around here.
So it's north of Napa.
Yeah, this sectional doesn't go that far.
Okay. If you're seeing Petaluma, though, you should see it.
Yeah, but Petaluma's like right on the edge of the sectional.
Let me look on flight radar.
Well, there's different sectionals. This isn't for the whole country. This is the San Francisco sectional.
Oh, okay, so it may not be on there.
Yeah, because Petaluma is at the northest tip of. Oh wait, hold on.
Okay, I'm looking at it right now.
Wait, so okay, I'm dumb. I could have just flipped it over. It's right here. Okay, so I'm at Napa. There's Nettree. There's Vacaville.
Okay, you see where Lake Barrier?
Angwin Parrot. There's an airport there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So 2 Oscar 3. So it's one of those little.
3, yeah.
Yeah. There it is. Yeah.
And I used to live pretty much right next to the runway.
Oh yeah, there you go. There's Calistoga. Yeah, Angwin. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's only a 1,900 foot runway, so that's the best place to keep one of those.
Yeah.
But yeah, there it is. Yeah, Angwin, and then there's a private airport right there. There's not much going on in Angwin.
There's nothing going on there.
It's just east of Sonoma, the Sonoma airport.
Yep.
There we go. Yeah. That's
There
cool.
used to be a glider port in Calistoga, but that's gone now. That's all gone. All that stuff's changed so much.
All right, let me put the sectional back in the car. Yeah.
And then there's Charles Schultz in San Jose.
Yeah, Charles M. Schultz. That's Sonoma.
Yeah. It's actually Windsor. It's in Windsor. And then I used to fly RC up in Angwin back in the days. And then I got scared out of my mind doing stalls over Lake Berryessa. The plane that I was doing the stalls in had a violent snap. It wasn't violent, it would just nose straight over. And I didn't like it.
No, Fred, that Angwin airport, that was a Class G airport. Or it might have been. Yeah, I didn't even look.
I lived up there during 9/11. So where I lived, and this is when Travis was really busy, and they had C-141s at that time. They used to fly over us all the time. So that morning at 9/11, when I woke up, there was no sound of anything, and I was like, "What the heck's going on?" So I looked up. I didn't hear any jets because usually when I left, there's always a jet flying over when I leave for work. There's nothing. So I was up there then when that stuff happened. So it was crazy quiet for a while. Let's see what he said. Airbags. They're both 12 blades. I'm just looking for a 4S jet. Get it in. I don't think there's anything 4S that will work in airbags.
What size?
It's a 74S. Once you get to 70, you want to go up to 6S anyway.
Ethan.
I thought the garage fell.
Yeah. The only thing that could fall is the F-35 off the fridge, which, like, they won't. It's not going anywhere. Boot camp with a cakewalk.
I'll take your word for it.
Ray, you ain't gonna go through boot camp. That'd be a living hell. For me,
they tried to get me to, and I didn't want to.
What were you gonna try to go through boot camp for?
They wanted me to join the military. They really wanted me badly, and I said no.
Who wanted you badly in the military?
I was recruited by so many people to join. I had a neighbor that was a Navy recruiter. He was pushing to get me in. I had the CHP. CHP wanted me too, and I'm like, nope.
I would do military, but it's like I don't, I don't know.
It's not for everybody.
Not my thing. I don't have a desire.
The Meteor is 4S, but the Meteor is better on 6S.
I want to get the Habu and make it 6S.
The Meteor is actually better as 6S.
Oh, yeah.
It's lighter.
Yeah, they do have earthquakes, Dana. Luckily, they're talking about this big earthquake coming right at San Andreas. Luckily, I used to live like right on the San Andreas fault, but now I don't. Although down south is where all the earthquake epicenters are.
California, the thing about California, if you have an earthquake regularly, you don't have much to worry about. If you have no earthquakes at all, you've got a big one coming.
Yeah, we've been
having lots of little earthquakes, which is great. The ground will shake a little bit and it stops. It'll shake a little bit more and it stops.
We had one a couple weeks ago that had me shaking for like 15 seconds, maybe.
Yeah.
I was eating some chicken fried rice, and all of a sudden, I was like, oh.
But as long as the ground shakes just a little bit,
I didn't spill one bit of rice.
Basically what my computer's doing right now. And then it stops.
Yeah, it's just like this. Little bits.
And then it stops. And you're like, ooh, I didn't do that. And then it stops.
Oh, you're joining the Air Force, Ethan? Damn. He's going to boot camp in a year to be in the Air Force.
How old are you?
Good for you, man. Well, I don't know about boot camp, but good for you on joining the Air Force. Joe Pellegrino, I moved down to Hollister. That's down south, just south of San Jose. So I'm further south now, but I'm still within range of everything that we always do.
Oh, so. Hey, Victor, I saw you got your L39 made in this weekend. That was pretty good.
He's 17, so he's going when he's 18.
Okay. Cool.
So you're going to finish high school and all that, then going up.
So, yeah, then maybe you'll get into something where you can do something cool. Be like the kid that
flies F-15s at
23.
I don't know if I'll be flying F-15s by the time I'm 23, but I probably will be flying Warbirds by the time I'm 23.
Yeah, I think he got his pilot's license and went through college first and then joined. So that's the way to go as an officer.
If I get checked out in the Mustang before I'm 21, dude, that'd be such a dream.
There are people that have done it.
Well, dude, and the amount of clicks I have working at the airport, the amount of clicks I have, dude. I could be flying the Mustang by the time I'm 18 if I wanted to. I could literally, if I was like being able to fly more frequently now, I could probably fly the Mustang by the time I'm out of high school, which I know it's not going to happen, but I could if I wanted to.
Yeah.
And if I get checked out the Mustang, you know damn well I'm going to come buzz you.
I can't remember the guy's name, but he's a young kid. He's under 30 years old. He's flying Mustangs in the UK. Actually, he flies out here on occasion too. I think he flies with the other guy, with the Collings Foundation at times.
Oh, are you talking about is his name Rob?
I think so.
Yeah, him, Rob, and then there's another guy named Michael Monero.
They're young though.
Rob Pix, the guy named Rob Pixon, he's a cool guy. Michael Monero, he's also another cool guy. Michael Monero, he flies for whatever they call that. It's like a DHL thing that he flies for. He flies 767s. He just flew to Hong Kong.
Nice.
But yeah, he flies for the Collings Foundation. That Rob Pixton guy, he was he was doing air shows in an extra 300 before he was 21.
Nice.
The extra 300 ain't an easy plane to fly either.
Yeah, Dexter Tucker, when you're in Alaska, you got to worry about tsunamis and stuff.
Dude, I really want to fly the V1200 out here. I mean, that would probably freak out the neighbors. You're like, what the
I was gonna say they may not like that.
Well, I don't think they'd care, honestly. They don't.
I hear a cat. I thought I heard a cat. Anyway, y'all.
No, you didn't hear a cat. You heard my sister screaming.
Oh.
My mom got this Gugon stuff because the golf cart, one of the original owners, the wife was Amy. And I guess the husband bought this golf cart for her because they put a big old sticker with her name on the front of it. It's like a vinyl decal too, so it's like it doesn't just peel off. So my mom bought this Gugon stuff to get it off.
Fun.
Dude, Mike was acting like an idiot. He wanted to drive the golf cart on Saturday, so I didn't. He was acting stupid.
Golf carts are fun. Just don't tip them.
This one doesn't go fast enough to tip. That's why they put governors in them.
You can still tip them even with the governors on it. Is it gas powered or electric?
It's electric.
Are they maintenance-free batteries, or are they? Do they have?
I don't know what they are, but they're the batteries that you like have to put distilled water in.
So that's regular. Yeah, those are no. If you flip over, that stuff spills all over you and burns you.
Oh yeah.
So don't flip. There's Eric Falver. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna get going. It's been almost 2 hours, and I got some stuff I want to finish with my F-15. The house is a mess, and wife's gonna go crazy when she gets home, unless I get this stuff done and get it out of here. But,
it's not a screw-on deal. It just pops on and off.
oops. Brilliant.
I feel like the scene from Good Boys when they can't get the thing of Molly open.
That's the stupidest movie ever.
Oh, fucking Christ.
What did you do? What the heck?
I spilled a little bit on my hand. Ooh, it smells good. If it smells good,
like lemon.
If it smells good, though, it's probably not good for you to smell. And that feels like freaking W.
Yeah, Charlie, burners are going out, especially for you. Yours are going out this week. I think I already have your.
At least didn't get on this crappy Gooniac, did he?
I already have your stuff made out, Charlie. So you'll be getting yours pretty soon.
It is lemony. Tape and sticker lift.
Yeah, with the decals, that's all you have to get is a hair dryer, and heat it up, and then slowly peel. Comes right off.
And it came with like this little deal.
Yep. And
oh, that's it.
There, that side, yeah.
What do you do? Just like drip it
But if there's any goo left, if there's any like adhesive left, that's when you use the Goo Gone. But if you want it to come off easily, you heat it up and pick up the edge with that little spatula thing, and then pull it. But you have to pull it with some.
Yeah,
heat.
I don't want to heat it too much because it's on plastic. I don't want to freaking warp anything.
You won't warp it. Just use a hair dryer. Don't use a heat gun. Use a hair dryer.
I was about to say I'm about to use my heat gun.
If you use a heat gun, you'll for sure put a hole in it or warp it. Anyway, have a good night, everybody. I'm going to get out.
See you guys.
You guys have a good week. I plan possibly.
What Nate needs is he needs a tougher boot camp. Okay. All right, Victor.
Tougher than Air Force. Yeah.
I don't need boot camp. I don't act like an idiot when I'm around anybody else besides Ray and people that I know.
So, you guys have a good night. Hopefully, this time next week, I will have my run cam running. I have all my computer wireless now, so I can do what I need to without having
Recessed into my freaking
Ethernet cable.
I was about to call these panel lines. I was about to say I better recess in my panel lines.
Oops.
I'm tired, guys. My
Right,
panel
guys.
lines. I got scale panel lines.
Everybody have a good night and a good week, and I will hopefully see you guys in some of the other shows that come up. So anyway, adios, y'all.
Oh, thanks, Ethan. I do need
Signing
it.
out.
All
No,
right.
I need them to see all this. Yeah. Anyway,
All right.
you guys have a good night.
See you guys.